Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good afternoon. Today we will discuss on secondary market. What is secondary market? In fact, it is a part of capital market. So before we discuss on secondary market, let's have a look on the first capital market. So actually capital market is a market where buyers and sellers engage in trade of financial securities like bonds, stocks, etc. And this buying and selling activity is done by individuals and institutions. The major role of capital market is basically channelizing the surplus funds of the society into the productive usage. And most of the time, market trades long-term securities. Stock market, basically in capital market, there are two different terminologies we have: primary market and secondary market. So when I say primary market, I am dealing with the new issue of securities, which is popularly known as IPO, initial public offer. And in secondary market, we are dealing with outstanding securities and we are trading those securities on the official stock exchanges, that is stock market. So here you can see in capital market, securities are first time issued, it is called primary market. Then later on they are traded, it is called secondary market. So there are a couple of functions in primary market wherein corporates issues shares, debentures or other hybrid instruments, wherein there are lots of procedural aspects in terms of IPO management, underwriting, distribution, and most importantly, compliance to the acts. In secondary market, the major role is by the stock exchange. In India, we have two major stock exchanges, Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange, very popular along with the others. And in these stock exchanges, the basic trading activity and clearing and settlement activity, these three important things are done along with the compliances, because we have a regulatory body called SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India, who regulates the entire activities of capital markets in India. So in stock market or secondary market, there are members, brokers, sub-brokers who are actively participating and actually helping the investors in trading their securities. So this is the broad outline. You can see in primary market, companies going for IPO, individuals apply to get the shares of the company. And in secondary market, companies are listing their securities on the stock exchanges like BSE, NSE, and then those shares are traded on these exchanges with the help of brokers. So there are many brokers in fact, and you can have your account, your demat account with any of the broker, and you can start the trading activities. So basically, what is a stock exchange? Secondary market, popularly known as a stock market, and stock market is going with the help of stock exchanges. So were once a physical market, it was called ring, wherein all buyers and sellers, they were physically meeting and doing some trading activities in the ring. we must have seen those ring markets in couple of movies like Guru and Gafla, etc. But today, these stock markets are replaced with the electronic exchanges. It is no more a physical market. It's basically a virtual market, wherein this exchange is a centralized market for buying and selling of the securities across the nation, and where the prices are determined through supply and demand mechanism. Real-time supply, real-time demand. And the trading in listed securities are carried out by the qualified members. That means stock brokers only. How individuals trade? They open up their demat accounts with the brokers and then they trade it. So stockbroker is basically a member who is licensed to buy or sell securities on his own account or on the behalf of their clients. So we have persons or corporate body or holding membership of a recognized stock exchange. These people are engaged into the buying and selling of the securities for the clients, and for that they are charging nominal fees called brokerage. So if I do have my demat account, say one of the broker, then when I make a trade, I have to pay little fees, that is called brokerage. Brokers are easily accessible people for the investors because they have offices across the cities. The investor can only route their orders through brokers. The brokers charges commission at a specified rate from the customers for the transactions that they are carrying out. Then brokers can give the sub-brokership in the remote areas, especially in India, where big broker offices are not there. Then there is a sub-broker concept wherein one terminal is allocated to them and the trading activity is done on the client's behalf. So in secondary market or the stock market, how the transactions are carried out. So it is the business of brokers to execute the orders as per the instructions of the clients. Now, how clients give the instructions? So basically, there are oral or written communication of orders. Today, with the advent of technology and a very good telecommunication network, most of the orders are done on the telephone. So brokers gets the calls from the client, then brokers ring the clients from their official landline numbers which are recorded for the purpose of scrutiny, and then the orders are accepted. Now order confirmation note or oral acceptance, the client is well known to the broker. Otherwise, do not go for oral acceptance. Always go for the order confirmation note. Only shares of the companies listed in the exchange will be transacted. And execution of order for the unlisted securities through contracts with the member of stock exchange where the securities are listed. So here, this is the transaction process wherein all the listed securities are traded on the exchange. The broker transacts with the other brokers who is having order to match the script and rate. Once the rate and number of shares are decided, the transaction is completed. And completed transactions will be written on the transaction book, and the brokers will sign on each other's transactions book. So this is a transactions between brokers. The broker has to submit the details regarding his net position till date in each of the cleared script in the consolidated daily position of the cleared securities condition and non-cleared securities if required by the stock exchange authorities. The broker who has transacted business for this client will intimate the client by sending a contract note in duplicate. The client will sign on the duplicate and return to the broker as a matter of confirming the contracts. In order to counter the influence of Bombay Stock Exchange and to reduce the influence of certain powerful intermediaries in the stock market, a new market was promoted in which both securities of companies and debt instruments are traded, equity shares as well as debentures, and that is National Stock Exchange. Now, previously it was only Bombay Stock Exchange, and then later on the NSE came. NSE takes into account screen-based trading. NSE was promoted in November 1992 as a limited company by the insurance companies, commercial banks, and other financial institutions. The International Securities Consultancy of Hong Kong has helped in setting up for the National Stock Exchange in India, and it started functioning in the June 1994. The very important feature of the NSE is the wide coverage and no fixed location, and state-of-the-art client-server-based application, NEAT. Now, automated trading has started by the National Stock Exchange. Confidential trading, that means I don't know from whom I am buying the stocks. Even my buyer does not know from whom he is buying the stock. So, buyer and seller's identity are confidential. Then transparency. Now this is a very important characteristics, because previously in the ring trading this issue was maximum. The transactions were not transparent, but here in the National Stock Exchange, opening and closing prices are available for investors and can also able to see orders being executed. So you can, when you open up the NSE or BSE websites, you can see the, how many orders are there, what is the quantity offered, what is the best price offered. So that way there is a lot of transparency in the trading process. Effective matching. That means the order matching is very effective here. Matching of orders is done immediately with the help of the system, and it ensures the best available price to me. So the computer network helps the traders to find a suitable match for its order and waits till the match is located. Now here I am basically looking for the best available price to me. So when I do the trading through exchange, I am getting the best price of my stocks or the equity shares that I am trading. Here the borrowing also made easy. For the debt instruments, the system helps providing a suitable match with the reasonable interest and period of the repayment. Settlement is done through automated trade matching systems. And here in the NSE and BSE, the shares are classified into different categories. Like in Bombay Stock Exchange, the equity shares which are listed are classified into the category called A, B1, B2, F, G and Z group. Now, these classifications are based on some qualitative and quantitative parameters. A, B1, B2 based on some parameters. F group, that represents F for fixed income securities. So basically it deals into the debt instruments. While G represents government securities for the retail investors. Z group represents companies not complied with the listing requirements, not resolved investor complaints, not made arrangement with the depositories. So many times you must have read in newspaper that SEBI has put some stocks with some grievances, then they go into the Z category group. Like Satyam Computers, you must have heard, when the Satyam Computers Ramalinga Raju has created some issue in the company, some forgery kind of thing, then immediately the company was shifted into the Z group. So this is what the classification helps the investors in identifying that the stocks belongs to which categories. Then there are some other categories like alpha shares. Now alpha shares refers to what? Frequently traded shares in the market. That means these shares are having the most liquidity in the market. They are frequently traded. Then if shares belongs to a technological companies, then you can say they are technical shares. Then shares whose prices are fluctuating with the trade cycles, then we can refer them as a cyclical shares. And blue chip shares. Now this is very fascinating for the investors because they are the shares which gives a very good performance to the investors in terms of the returns. So they are called the blue chip shares. Then there are two other terminology, permitted securities and rolling settlement. Now permitted securities, basically these are the securities which are listed in one exchange and permitted to be traded in other exchange also. So they are called permitted securities. Rolling settlement, now here trade outstanding with the stock market at the end of the day has to be settled at the end of the settlement period. And with the advent of technology and the banking system, today we have T+2 rolling settlement. Trade, if you make a trade today, within next 2 working days, your trade will be settled. And the shares which are quickly traded, they are called the liquid shares. Now, previously the shares were in the physical form. So if I sell the equity shares, then I have to physically transfer the shares from one person to another person. But today, the shares are in the demat forms. We call it dematerialization. So these physical papers are converted into the electronics one. That means if I have an equity share